Hello, Slicey Dicers. This is Brian with another knife review for you. Today we have the diminutive little Launch 9 from Kershaw. This is a California legal automatic, so therefore it is very small. Pretty awesome little knife. But before we get into it, I'd be remiss if I do not mention my sponsors. Please check out Southern Edge Knife Works, southernedgeknifeworks.com. Link is down below. Use the code SDSEK at checkout, get 15% off and free shipping, or go to White Mountain Knives, whitemountainKnives.com. Use the code SDWMK at checkout. You get 10% off. Okay, we've done all that now. Let's get into this knife. Yeah, it is a tiny little thing for sure. I knew it was Cali-Legal. I knew it was small, but it is very small when I got it. They had the Launch 2 previously that was California legal. I guess they still do, actually, and that did very, very well. So now they have scaled down the Launch 4 into this Launch 9. It is much more stylish than the Launch 2. I don't have one of those here. I don't have many automatics around. It is made in the USA. With CPM 154 blade steel, aluminum handles, and it comes in at 85 bucks, which it's not bad for an auto. Even though it is small, for a USA made auto, that is not too bad. And quality wise, it looks every bit worth that 85 bucks. They did a really good job with this. I especially really like this kind of faux integral thing they have going on. You can barely see the seam. Some nice milling there, nice milling on the handle. Very small pocket clip, obviously. Not a big knife, doesn't need a big pocket clip. It does say Kershaw on it, like they always do, but it's just etched in there. You can't hardly even see it, which I do like that a lot, the USA logo. The only thing I don't like about the looks, I think it's a great looking knife. The only thing I don't like about the looks is, for a small blade, there's a lot of writing on it. Even that doesn't bother me too much. I'm not a guy who gets really upset about billboarding, but it says auto right on the blade, you rats. I mean, you'll see when we get to the deployment of this thing. I don't think you're going to convince anybody that it's not an automatic. It's a loud little thing, but still, just don't put auto on the blade. Nice, just ratting me out. Pretty cool little knife though, nonetheless, as far as the looks and the quality goes. I have absolutely no complaints about that at all. Let's do some specs and some size comparisons before we get too much further. As I said, this thing is tiny. Overall length of 5 inches, blade length of 1.8 inches. You have a blade thickness of 0.13 inches. Handle thickness of 0.49 inches, and it weighs just 1.5 ounces. So it is a very, very light little thing. Now some size comparisons. We're not going to do a lot of our usuals because obviously this is smaller than all of them, but we will put the PM2 and the Para 3 out just because they're my standards. A lot of you guys do have PM2, so at least it will illustrate how much smaller it is than a PM2, and even way, way, way smaller than a Para 3. It's a little bitty kind of fifth pockety sort of knife. A more appropriate one to compare it to would probably be, in the Spyderco range, would be, so I'm shuffling knives here, I'd be a terrible juggler, is the Dragonfly. This happens to be the Warncliffe version, but they're all about the same length. Closer in size to a Dragonfly, but still a little bit smaller. So let's bring out some other small stuff here. We have your Kaiser Mini Sheepdog. Move all this up. I had to zoom way in on this, so because he's so small. And we'll bring out the CRKT Pilar. And you're looking at, yeah, still smaller than that. You get kind of the thing. Here's a couple that are probably be a little bit closer in the size to it. They're also kind of fifth pockety knives, and one that I don't think I've had it for a while, but I'm not sure I've ever actually put it on the channel. I've always meant to. We will bring out the TRM Nerd. This has definitely been on the channel before. Just a little bit smaller than that. And this is another Kershaw. This is an assisted knife. This is overseas made. It's a Rick Henderer design. This is the Ember. You can see about the same size as the Ember. It's also a little fifth pocket knife that I do kind of enjoy a whole lot. That I just, for some reason, never put on the channel. All right. Now let's talk more about this thing. So the blade on this. CPM 154, pretty common steel in automatics, it seems like. Automatic companies seem fond of 154 in all of its many flavors. Somebody said it's because of the thwackiness or something, it's more resistant to that. I'm not sure. I'm not a metallurgist, but somebody else can reiterate that down below if they want to, or tell me I'm wrong. I'm fine with that. About 22 thousandths behind the edge, and pretty thin blade stock. Not a bad slicer at all. Came razor sharp out of the box. Absolutely no issues there. It's perfectly good. No problems there. Obviously not a lot of cutting length. This isn't something you're going to be doing a whole lot of crazy stuff with, but for that kind of fifth pocket backup knife, or if it's your primary and you're just, you're not going to be doing anything super heavy duty, it's perfectly fine for that. And it's a great little blade. As far as the ergos go, not too bad for a knife this size. Not amazing. This pocket clip has a whole lot of ramp, and you can absolutely feel that. But if you're holding it like this, so that ramp lands like between your fingers, which is how I found myself mostly using it, still allows you to get a good grip on it, and then it's much, much more comfortable. But if you just kind of naturally grab it like you want to, that digs in right about there. So yeah, I kind of hold it in this sort of grip, and it's been all right. The jimping's in a good spot. You're obviously only going to be doing like kind of detail stuff with this. You're not going to be hacking acres of cardboard unless you planned poorly, but because it's a tiny little thing. But yeah, it's okay ergonomically, but not great. I have held knives this size that were better. I've held knives this size that were worse. As far as the carry goes, obviously it's very tiny. So we'll put it in the main pocket here, just kind of for giggles. But that's almost never where I carried it. Yeah, it doesn't take up any room. It's fine. It weighs 1.5 ounces. You don't even know it's there. I would mostly use this knife for a 5th pocket carry, and it works great for that. There's even still room to put others. You could put 2 of them in here if you wanted to. It works great for that. The only problem I have with the carry is also with that pocket clip. It sticks up, and it's if you have that 5th pocket and you go reaching past it to get something out of the main pocket, it's a little scratchy. It does make it slide in and out super easy, but I just don't think it needs to be quite that aggressive, or at the very least, not quite come to a point on it like that. So that would be my only downside with the carry, and you can easily fix that. And if I decide to keep this around for a while, I probably will, because it's not super hard to fix. You just got to bend that ramp down a little bit. It's just a steel clip. It's not going to be hard to bend that down without damaging it or anything. But yeah, overall, this is a really cool little knife, especially if you're in California and you want to have some thwack in your pocket. I mean, listen to the deployment on that. That is nutso. It is, wicked. It kicks like, what's a baby mule called? Whatever a baby mule is, it kicks like that. For example, I have 2 other autos here. Like I said, I don't have a lot of them, but this is the ProTech SBR, which is known to absolutely kick like hell. And this is the ProTech SBR. We'll do a little knife ASMR here. Pretty loud. And compare it to the Launch 9. Not that much of a difference. You want to make sure you have a hold of this thing when you fire it, because it's pretty small, and it hasn't gone flying out of my hands yet, but I imagine that day will occur. Hopefully I'm standing on carpet when that happens. Another one I have here, or the only other auto that I have here, is the Spyderco Embassy. And this is louder, I think, just because of the design of the handle, but it doesn't kick as hard as this does, or as hard as the SBR. So yeah, we'll just do all 3 one more time. Just the Embassy. Just watch how much my hand moves. And the SBR. Yeah, this thing, it kicks for sure. It is definitely a very, it's open. It's like I said, I was joking about them putting the auto on it, because there's no way you're gonna hide from anybody that this is an auto. I mean, you can, 2-hand open it quietly if you want to, do that kind of thing like you can with any out the side auto. But which is a nice thing about out the sides. If you have an OTF auto, that's the only way to open it. At least on out the sides, you can, quiet it down if you want to. But yeah, pretty awesome little knife. I do really like it. And for 85 bucks, that's pretty cool. I like the look of it. I know it's Cali-Legal, but I'm going to have to check out a Launch 4 at some point, because I do like the design of this knife, but I wish it was a bit bigger. And well, there you go. It's the Launch 4. So I'll go take a look-see at that. Again, I don't get many automatics, so I hadn't really considered it. But thank you guys so much for watching. And again, if you want one, you can check out my sponsors down below, or any other place. They're available all over. It is a very popular model for Kershaw. And yeah, hope to have a few more automatics on here. In my state, I can't legally carry them outside of the house, but I'm allowed to own them. So when I'm able to obtain them, I will try and do a few more auto reviews, because they're cool, they're fun, and I'm kind of into them lately, even though I can't carry them outside the house. But hope you guys have enjoyed this. I've been Brian. Have a good one.